everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. So one of the most popular videos on my channel is a video where I basically explain how to build this Lego monster truck in my hands right over here. So it has like 1,200 views at this point, and clearly it did very well. So today I'm going to do a similar video. So here in front of me is a completely stock Iron Man Hulkbuster. This is one of the most popular sets LEGO sells in their Avengers series. So as you can see, it opens up like this, and I put Tony Stark inside, as you can see here. The real set comes with Bruce Banner. So this set is great for just displaying it, and it looks really nice. But it has one critical problem. So if you close it up here, and then you just want to display it, right? Go like that. Now, this arm can go up really easily. But the problem is, this arm, look at that. It just keeps on falling. So perpetually, when you upgrade this thing, it's just going to have this arm flopping like this, which is not the best system. And the second problem with this, besides this really floppy arm here, is this. So these toes, as you can see, they all go up individually, and they're so annoying. They come off so easily, and I always think that I'm gonna break these joints. So the reason this arm is so floppy is partially because of the cool mechanism this set has. If you pull this, as you can see, the arm moves. And when you pull it up, you can smash with this arm, as you can see here. Very nice. The only problem with that is that this makes this arm run by gears inside, as you can see here. And this is not a fixed gear system, so it's very easy to make it turn and rotate like this. See here. So in this video, I'm going to be addressing and fixing all of these problems with this set and making it really a fun set to play with and display. So the great thing about this whole build is that you can solve all the problems about this great set with only these few parts. And that's why it's really great. Only 7 parts to address all these problems. So let's get started. First, with the problem with the feet. Right, so for this one, I'm pretty sure you have these parts in your house. Just these two, black pieces here. I easily found them in my part collection. Since they're only 3 studs, they might be a little bit rare. The 4 studs are super common, but I'm pretty sure you'll find them. So for this one right here, it's super easy. All you have to do is just take off these red toe things, as you can see here, so that there's no toes left on this thing. Then you can just put in this piece on top of all of them. Then lastly, you reapply these toes. See, just like that. And just put them back on. And then finally, just straighten them out. So as you can see now, it won't be so finicky, and this thing moves as one unit. Because of this, there's no longer a risk of it breaking, and if you accidentally swipe at this thing, only this part will come off, and the actual toe pieces will not break. So you just repeat that with this side, and make sure that you have it on both sides, otherwise, as you can see here, these legs are uneven, and then that might cause some problems. Alright, so now that that problem is fixed, let's address the big problem. So, in this arm, as I explained before, this thing is put on a rotating gear, which means that there's not at all any resistance here. This arm just doesn't want to stay up like this so you can have some cool action poses. It just falls right down, which looks terrible. So, the way to fix this will require quite a bit of digging into this set. So the first thing you should do is take off this top joint piece, as you can see here. It just comes off like that, really easily. And then make sure you collect all your pieces in an organized fashion so that you don't lose track of them. And the next thing you want to do is just take off the entire head piece, as you can see here. Now, you don't have to disassemble both sides of the set, which is a good thing about this. So, let's just take this off right here. And then you'll also take off this little door here, as you can see here. And then also just take off this piece right over here. Alright, So then again, make sure to keep these pieces nice and organized. Don't break them apart. So now what you want to do is you want to look here, and then you see this piece right here. Just take that entire thing off. So this thing is actually made up of, as you can see, there's one piece over here. It's actually two pieces. So make sure you take both of them all off in one go. Alright, so then as you can see here, there's just these two last pieces remaining. So you can just take those out. This one might need a part breaker. It's kind of in there. And there you go. So as you can see, I'm now taking off all of those pieces right on top of the main arm joint. So now, careful with this one. You just want to take off these two pieces and then just pull the entire arm joint off, the whole thing. So if this piece sticks here, that's fine. Just make sure you carefully reapply it right over here. Alright, so now that you have this arm joint, you have to completely take apart the arm for this procedure. So you take off this is the main arm, this arm can stay here, and then you just slide out that main piece all the way out. Now you have these two pieces. So for this procedure, you want to reuse this piece in a different way. And you want to keep this piece in the same place. So the main difference between this arm, which is really loose and doesn't work, and this arm that stays where you want it, is basically this. This arm has a joint that looks like this, with a circle. And the circle piece, as you can see, an axle rotates easily inside the circle piece. However, with this side, there were these axle points. And as you can see, if you put inside here, it does not rotate at all. That was the main difference here. So now what we want to do is we want to put this part over here. So in my part collection, I only found one of these as they're quite rare. But if you have two of them, you can put them on, no problem. So what you want to do is, before you put this part on directly, you want to prep up your actual gear to be able to work with this system. So take this piece from before, it used to be over here, and then now slip it on just like that onto the end. And that will work pretty well. As you can see, it looks exactly like this point on the other area. Now what you want to do is, you have to get the directions very accurate on this, otherwise it won't work. You want to put this through this piece over here so it looks like that. If you mess this up, it might not work. Then what you want to do is just want to put this on right here and then make sure you get the gears to fit in. As you can see now, we have all three gears all lined up. And when you turn this thing, all three gears also turn. Alright, so now that you have this system, as I said, if you have another one of these black pieces, go ahead and put it on. I did not, so I'm simply putting one of these red holders here. And it's red just to match a little bit with the look of the set. But if you have one of them, that's obviously a better option. So you can just slide that in there. And then careful, because this piece is not been secured very well yet. So now you can just redo the construction of the arm. So as you can see here, there's this part here, this yellow part. However, we use this part on the inside of the axle. So we're going to be replacing this part with this gray axle piece right here. I really like this piece because it fits more with the actual look of the Hulkbuster. I don't like these yellow axle pieces a lot, and the gears, they don't fit with the actual look of Hulkbuster. So put that on here, and then finally you can add this last black piece, and this is in the original location. So with doing all of this, you're actually not changing the width. The width of this piece and this piece are the same. Alright, so now that the whole thing is on, you can take your original arm and then make sure that this ball joint here is appropriately placed. And just hold this here and you can slide it in very easily right here. Boom. So as you can see, we now have both arms in. So to make sure you did this right, when you turn this, both arms should move. But as you notice here, one of these arms, they move in opposite directions. So this is actually what we're going for here. And this is the exact system that will stop the arms from just falling back down. So I will explain what happens after we reassemble this entire part. There you go. It's all fixed up. However, remember how we put one of these gray pieces over here because we already used this yellow one here on this side? So to make this symmetrical, you want another one of those gray bolts. So for this, just take out the arm, the other arm, then slide out the black piece, slide out this piece, as you can see here, and then simply put in the other gray piece over here, the black piece, black in. And make sure that these axle points don't move too much when you're doing this. And then last, just slide that back in. And as you can see, there you go. You have your finalized Hulkbuster. We did all of that modification and it barely changes at all. However, you might be a little bit disappointed by the results of this whole thing. Because obviously, now when you use that handle thing over here, as you can see, the arms just go everywhere. One of them goes in one direction and the other one goes in another direction. And that doesn't look the best. However, here is how this modification has completely fixed the problems. Watch this. So, hold this arm in place and then move this arm up. Try to just force it up here. So you can see just like that, it gets kind of forced up. And then, now hold this one and then force the other one up. And watch this. As you can see, now both arms stay right where you want them. This arm does not fall down to the side, and you can strike this cool pose easily. So what happens here is basically, now that we have two different counteracting gear motions with this new system, when this one goes down, this one wants to move up. So this one doesn't fall down because the equal weight is on this side. So when you put them like this, they're in equilibrium, and you can have an epic pose for your Lego Hulkbuster set. Alright, so that was the modification. So if you did this yourself, please comment, send me a picture, and I hope you'll like this video. So this is a very popular set, and I found this to be a really big problem about this one set. So, I hope you found this informative so that you can really use this and display it much better than ever before. And make sure to like and subscribe. Bye!